Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Super Sunday of football. What a day, man! This is massive games. We've got the Italian game, Juve versus I believe it's Inter Milan, right? That's
Yeah,
playing
happening right now.
happening
Yeah,
right now.
15
We've got
minutes
the El
in.
Clasico. We just had the FA Cup game, Manchester United versus Fulham, which there's a lot of drama.
A lot of
We're going
drama.
to be uncovering a lot of stuff on this watch along, but we're here for the one and only, the El Clasico between Barcelona versus Real Madrid at the Nou Camp. This is a tough one, and our Barcelona buddy Eve decided that he got busy because
He decided
the,
he got busy. For the record, it was a
the
decision.
last
You
minute
know he's watching
decision.
the game.
Life happens. I know the last time we did this watch along, it wasn't really a good outcome for Barcelona.
No, it
But
was a good. Oh, yeah.
it was
United, right?
Barcelona versus Manchester, right? It wasn't a good outcome, and I think Avery's still scarred from that experience. But but this is going to be a great game because this is a game where we're going to see if Real Madrid has the mentality. If Real Madrid's objective is to win the league as well. What's more important right now? Is it the Champions League or is it the La Liga as well? So this is an opportunity for Real Madrid to close the gap to 6 points, but it's
For the
also a
record,
great
this is apple
opportunity.
juice
Apple juice, okay. Kids apple juice, adult
in
apple
the
juice. I
afternoon.
mean,
I gotta make
adult
sure
apple
I'm.
juice. So yeah, so this is a great opportunity for Barcelona to extend their lead at the top of the league to 12 points. So Jeff, how you look? So the lineup is out. Obviously, the game has just kicked off.
No.
How
They're
you
still
seen
singing
this game
they're
pan
still
out?
singing their stadium anthem. There's nothing. Don't worry about it. You got
Nothing
another
crazy is
second or
going on
so.
yet. Okay.
Yo, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be for Barca. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I'm glad that Pedri isn't in there. Gives us a chance to dominate in the midfield. Who we got in there? I wish he would have. Honestly, This is it. I like this. Rodrigo will probably be the first substitution, most likely for someone in the probably Nacho if he does that nonsense. Hope he subs out Carvajal, puts Nacho right, Camavinga left if that's what he's gonna do, and then throw in Rodrigo. But we'll see. We'll see. Ancelotti's tactics are consistent on most days, but on big days, might as well be a coin toss. But I like that he came out with the strongest team, the Liverpool team, the team he played on last weekend as well. So, hey man, all I'll say is if Barcelona wins, it's going to be because of their defense. And at this point in time, Real Madrid, we will lose. It'll be because we're not able to be dynamic enough across the front. And so it's going to be interesting to see how he's directed the tactics for Valverde on the right wing, because that's our weakest area.
Yeah.
For me, it should be 4-4-2. Vinny more central, and somebody to draw, and I think that's going to be Camavinga and Cruz working together with Nacho to draw him somebody that extra player into the midfield, so that Vinny has the ability to cut back or go to a line and make it more difficult for Araujo to figure out what he's going to do next. So
isn't that Benzema's role to kind of drop, I thought Benzema plays like the Harry Kane role for Tottenham, where he drops a little deeper to
but because Real
inside
Madrid, the problem
Valverde
is
and
that
Vinicius.
the problem is that the right wing is not bumping. So the right back and the center back play Benzema. So the other center back can drop off Benzema once it gets tight in and around the box. And then the midfield player, usually Busquets or De Jong, who's fantastic for me as a player, he will drop in and help on that cutback, right? And so if you had a right winger who was bumping, right, then the midfield player wouldn't be able to drop back because then there's a big hole in the middle for Modric, Cruz, and whoever else is in the midfield. And then for the two center backs, Benzema needs two people at all times, right? The problem is our right wing is not allowing, like I said, the dynamism of the front and our ability to keep it wide to spread. And that's how you saw in Liverpool that pass that Camavinga did was right to Benzema where we got the ball. It was right down the heart because the Valverde was pulling him, pulling the right Robertson further and further away, and obviously they had to score, so Robertson had to give up that wing a little bit more. So that's what I'm looking for in this game.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I was actually surprised because Cruz hasn't started a few games. I would say
The last couple of
Cruz,
years.
he's been in and out, right? Of
Yeah, he started the last 3 games though. He started oh my bad. He started the last 3 games.
Yeah, but your bench is not looking that great. Like I'm trying to look at who you can bring on.
I mean, we
You've
got
got
Mendy back.
Rodrigo.
We got Mendy back, and it's just Rodrigo. It's really just Rodrigo. It's literally in this order: Rodrigo.
Asensio, maybe. I know you don't like Asensio,
No,
but
Rodrigo, Chouameni, Asensio, and then like, but it depends if you want what he wants to do on in the defense, right? Because
yeah,
the way Camavinga can play anywhere is it makes it interesting for what he could do.
that's what I was actually pretty surprised. I was looking at the French call up list. Like Camavinga was so Tchouaméni has been injured, right, for some time.
No, Chouameni's been back. Chouameni is just in he went to one basketball game too many in Paris, and
Oh,
it's still biting him.
true.
Ancelotti has not forgiven him, and Camavinga has gotten into stupid form, so it makes
So
it
that's
easier
why I was
for
actually surprised,
Ancelotti.
right, that he didn't get called up for the French team, Camavinga, but Tchouaméni's in the French team.
No, Camavinga got called up. He's called up as a left back. He's in the defensive. He's in the defense. Yeah,
You're kidding me, right?
Crazy.
You're kidding me, right? Because I was looking, I didn't see his name. Oh,
yeah.
I guess I just didn't look at the defensive list. That's why, yeah.
He covers for Hernandez.
Oh yeah, I don't think I saw Hernandez on there. Yeah, because they called up.
Hernandez.
They called up Saliba, right? Saliba got called up.
Well, Saliba got called up, but he's injured, so he just pulled out today.
Oh yeah, because he got injured today, right?
Yes, he got injured on Thursday, and it got worse. Oh man, another problem for Real Madrid is going to be the right back. Carvajal, for me, if he doesn't show himself proper in this game, this Clásico, for me, he needs to go this summer. We need to just cut our loss to get some money, or sorry, not go. We need him to. We need to bring somebody to compete with him right away. I would like someone like Dumfries. I don't like the How Cancelo.
Dumfries?
Yeah, I prefer Dumfries.
You know what? Dumfries can do. I can see a Dumfries being a Real Madrid player. To be honest, I can definitely see.
Like How Cancelo is 70 million because Bayern doesn't want him. He's not doing well in Bayern. I mean, why would we pay 70 million to take two people's leftovers?
Oh, he's actually not the one. Oh, I didn't watch the last PSG game against Bayern, so I don't watch the German league much. So, he's actually not doing well in Bayern as well.
Yeah, he's not been playing. He's been playing Pavard as the right back.
Oh, jeez.
So, oh no!
What's your time? Mine is 3:57.
Oh, mine's 3:57. I think I'm like 2 or 3 seconds behind you.
Okay, because I'm using the TSN app.
Yeah, so me too. So I think we're like 2 seconds. We're right with each other. What's going to be interesting to see is how we break out, because they're very good at crushing the counter attack because Araujo just has Vinny, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how much of a risk Valverde takes on the counterattacks, because he's going to have to bomb right back if it fails.
Yeah, and Rafinha, it's going to be a big game for Rafinha as well. Actually, no, that's a separate wing. That's on the separate on this.
No, I agree. Rafinha as well, because if Araujo has Vinicius's number, Rafinha will be able to be freer, because then he won't need to drop back.
Exactly.
Right?
Someone's going to track that.
What's interesting to see is that Rafinha starts very well. Most of the time, he always starts very well. But then who knows what happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me,
man, Qatar's making quite a few saves already.
Honestly, for me,
oh my god!
Honestly, for me, I don't like playing Kroos and Modric again.
I think you need. I think
Modric it's clearly not helping the nerves.
I think Kroos is done. That's why I was actually surprised that he was starting, and I know he made he had that interview this week, right, talking about how this is a special game. And I'm like, are you starting this game?
yeah, he's starting because Ancelotti. This is Ancelotti for him. He's like, big games. Kroos and Modric are indispensable. It's literally Kroos. It's Benzema, Vinny, Kroos, Modric.
I guess it's the experience, right? Because like Tchouaméni, Camavinga, they have moments where they get distracted, they lose focus. So I can definitely see why he plays someone like Kroos, right? Because when you play those big teams, you definitely need that focus, 100%. So it makes sense.
I mean,
What's this?
it really depends on what's your tactics, right? Like Valverde, Camavinga, and Tchouaméni have played. I think it's just like for me, like the Tchouaméni decision, I'm fine. I'm kind of okay with, but like at least Ceballos. Whoa, what happened here? No, sorry, I think just it was cutting out. I was like, what? But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Valverde for me is going to be the key to unlocking our goals. Contrary to what a lot of people understand, like Cruz unfortunately has to play deep. Like for me, if Tchouaméni plays, you release Camavinga. He should have played 4. He should play 4-5-1, where you play the 4, the 2 holding. For me, which would be Camavinga and Tchouaméni. Play Modric as the free roams cam. Play Valverde wide, and then play Vinny, and it's really 4-4-2 because Modric is going to roam. Vinny will come back, but Vinny's really playing as a supporting striker. And then literally Tchouaméni will just defense, right? When Barcelona starts to choke us in the midfield and or we lose the ball, he's that that mind of like, I'm covering my center backs. Right?
Exactly. Because to be honest, I don't think Camavinga is as defensive as you guys play him. I know he's one of those players that are good defensively, but every time I watch Camavinga plays, he wants to go forward. Yeah,
it's sus. He's like 75 is what I would rate him on defensive positioning.
He kind of reminds me of Casemiro for United now. The way Casemiro is playing at United, where it's like I feel like he's a good ball playing, like a good playing CDM. Like he's a CDM that's not all he does, but he's really good at carrying the ball forward.
He's very good at carrying the ball forward, and that change of pace. Yeah, see Roberto's job, because he's playing 2 right backs right now. Sergio Roberto's job is to be there with Araujo on Vinny. Like what's actually, I don't even know. That's the thing I don't understand about Ancelotti. Like, what's your tactic to counter that? It can't be Cruz. It has to become Camavinga. Okay, thank you. So Cruz, sit back and play defense, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Camavinga's going up now.
Look at this.
Look at
this. Play it back out. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this.
That went in.
Oh,
that's all! No way.
I'm telling you, if Tchouaméni is Cruz, I'm telling you, we would eat these guys, man.
Do you know what's so crazy? Because when I saw Camavinga the first time, I was like, he reminded me of like, I thought he was going to be like the new Pogba. Just the way he drives the ball, the way he carries himself.
Is a better defending Pogba.
Yeah, but I think that's the risk, right? I think some of these players is because they're good defensively, they're stuck in that defensive role, right? Where it's like they can add more to the team. That was unlucky, man. That was an unlucky bounce there.
That was a Araujo too. Right?
That's a little header. Oh, jeez.
That's gonna be now that actually, because now that's gonna be in Araujo's head. Because Vinny's been playing good. This is the Vinny we've been wanting. The one who's not like always trying to dribble you. He's trying to outsmart you, right?
Yeah, and he's also looking for teammates as well.
It's like the way he played with Liverpool in the first leg. That's literally, this is the Vinny we want all the time. He doesn't need to. Dribbling is his best art, right? But it's not his greatest weapon. His mind is his greatest weapon.
So Jeff, it's the same thing I try to explain to United fans, right? And it's like, I love Rashford. I love him. He's scoring goals.
Oh man, Rashford.
But it's that whole, every time you get the ball, you're looking to drive the ball and dribble 5 players and score. And it's like sometimes, pass the ball, utilize your teammates. And it's frustrating because yes, he might score in the 80th minute, but I'm like, that was an entire game where we could have scored more goals if you involved your teammates a lot more. So it's that, I know it's hard to say Rashford's young because he's still young, but he's played so many games. But at the same time, it's like he has the experience where it's like players like Vini, Rashford, if they can actually have better decision making, they will be unstoppable.
I think Rashford he's a brilliant player. He's going to be a future Real Madrid player, just so you know.
Oh, geez. Everybody's a future Real Madrid player,
He's
man.
so good. Like
Let's just say everybody is a future Real Madrid player. It all depends on if Real Madrid wants to get the player. I think that's
yeah, man. I'm telling you, Vinny, Mbappe, and Rashford, they will literally play. They can play all three positions up top. It's so beautiful. But yeah, Vinny will be left, and Rashford.
No,
and,
that would be no.
and
That's the
Mbappe.
no. That's a bad recipe, man.
Oh,
That's what we're suffering at United right now. We have too many people trying to score, right?
No.
That we're not.
Remember, Vinny doesn't try to score, right? So you have two. So you have three people with killer instinct. One who's just trying to one who has more fun dribbling and outplaying players than scoring.
Yeah, which is Vinny.
one who's so focused on, like. I think Rashford is honing in on scoring because there's really no one else there to help him. Oh, no. Yes, Rudiger. That's really that's why I think and Mbappe for me as well. Mbappe, he's like, I just want to play good football from the back to the middle to the front. So I'm telling you, like that three, Holland will force you to play a certain type of way. Those three will allow you to play any type.
They can play in any system. They can play in any system.
That's what I'm trying to say. And then you have Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. You bring in Bellingham. I'm telling you, that's a decade of dominance. It doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry. Maybe
I like to get
half,
invited to
this
those
has been a
parties,
decade
man.
of dominance.
I would love to get invited to those parties.
Oh,
man.
Nacho! Yo, I'm telling you, not if we don't
It's like
Nacho,
a Brazilian team where they're just going to be dancing all the time.
You're going to see Rashford out there.
They're going to have the reggaeton playing in the background.
Yeah, Rashford out there being the South for England.
Okay, speaking of Barcelona, what's going on? Like Kessie's on the bench. Like,
see, this is what we needed your boy here for. I don't want to say anything that he's going to later watch this and be like, "Oh, Jeff, you were talking smack." But like, Xavi just does not believe in Kessie, and I mean, I don't understand because he played Kessie against us in the League Cup, but I don't know if it's because it's a League Cup and that's where he's going to give Kessie a chance to play. For me, Kessie. The whole Kessie situation, I think, is like who'd you take out? Sergio Roberto has got a good couple of games, so I don't know. I think he's going to come on for Sergio Roberto.
Sorry?
I think he's going to come on for Sergio Roberto
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it's the 58th minute and we're up 2-0, he's going to bring on.
Because I think Kessie gives you that physicality, right, in the middle.
Exactly.
I don't think that's what Barcelona is lacking, is that physicality. They have too many short, small players. But it all depends on, I think, once Real Madrid, because right now Barcelona is pressing high. But I think that's going to taper off at some point.
But they're not over pressing, right? Like they're pressing in the middle, in the midfield.
Yeah.
They're not pressing in the other person
in the middle.
They're not pressing the opponent's final third. Like what Liverpool would do.
Yeah.
Right. But they are pressing. And where they're pressing, it's more dangerous because the field is still wide to get a good counterattack.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't have like Lewandowski.
They don't really have pace.
Was last year. If they got Lewandowski last year, if this was last year, if Lewandowski was 1 or 2 years younger, it would work. They're just not built for it.
But that's the thing.
They don't have
attacking players, right? They're not. Oh,
yo! That's a card. That's a card. No, but like that's okay. Fine. You know what? I think we need to talk about the referee Barca game. I'm just
situation. Well, that was okay.
Look at that. That's
did he get the ball first, or was that just a follow?
No, he didn't get the ball at all. The ball went straight to the player. It's just because if it was like the 30th minute, for sure he's gonna yellow. Look at Camavinga. I'm telling you, he is such a. Is that Militao? Yo, can I just say one thing about Militao? He is the best center back in the world right now. He took that from Van Dijk literally last year, and nobody realized it. His athleticism.
I think Brazil, they have a lot of center backs.
Take him. Take him.
A lot of center backs that are good.
Why didn't
I just forgot that Real Madrid scored because that goal was too.
It's the game.
That was the most random goal ever, man. Now they're showing it.
That's like a goal that would people would be like, it's because it's the Bernabeu, but this isn't Camp Nou. This
That's what I'm saying, man. Where's Eve,
we
man?
come into form in March. That's what we do. Remember last March, Champions League and League, we won. We won both. We won the league in March or early April, and we beat Chelsea and City in March.
That's crazy. We were actually just doing at the other show that I was on, Footy Fantasy, and we were doing our brackets for the Champions League because I won last year. I got $100.
Oh, you're doing a bracket, eh? Yo, I should do
a bracket again, but I was torn, man. We got to do one actually. Yeah, I did Munich Napoli for the finals because I wanted to go Real Madrid, but I was like, I don't know, man. Back to back like that.
Bayern and Napoli in the finals.
Yeah, that's what I chose. Yeah, based on the brackets.
So let me just drop a little because I've been thinking about this. Let me drop a little knowledge for you because this was happening in managing Madrid. It's a podcast. It's that I follow as a Madrid fan, and I dropped some knowledge on their handle because they asked the same question. Obviously, a lot of people asking. Well, on the left side, you have Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern, and I was going to say Barcelona, and City. I thought Pep Guardiola, and I thought Bayern.
Yeah.
And then on the right side, you have literally everybody else, right? So you're going to have a first time in a while Champions League final for one side, right? And the thing is this: City meeting Bayern. Bayern, I think, is built to beat a city like that, right?
Yeah.
When you have players like Upamecano, who is physical, strong, and athletic, so he can handle Haaland. I'm not saying Haaland is not, because remember when Haaland was in Germany.
That's what I was saying.
And Bayern couldn't deal with Bayern. And in the midfield they have, and then in the midfield you have Goretzka, who's physical enough to handle. To cover for him. Also, the wingers, their fullbacks are dangerous, right? They also have a big, athletic striker, right? And Mane, who's coming into form in a month. So
what about Alphonso Davies, man? This guy lights up
the fullbacks. Either Cancelo or Pavard. Because Pavard will give you balance, but he's also physical enough to be able to handle a Haaland.
Yeah.
Right? The way you handled Mbappe, handled Neymar was phenomenal.
Yep.
Right. And so let's really look at this because I think this is the best setup for us. Guys going up, Ancelotti going up against Graham Potter, this Chelsea, we should win. We should get through.
I definitely,
right.
I think Chelsea, but I think that's where you hit that roadblock, right?
So you think Bayern can beat us? That's what you're banking.
It was a tough one. I'm like, I can go for Real Madrid, but I'm just like two.
So what?
I know you guys did the 3 back-to-back, but doing another 2 back-to-back, I don't know, man.
Nah, that was with Ronaldo. I'm not even thinking it's possible. But if we make the final, it's 100% possible. But this is why I'm hopeful, because first I want to hear why from you. What about Bayern against us do you think that Bayern can either expose or is better than us? Because I don't think you would say that Bayern player for player or for any type of starting 11 is better than us.
Yeah.
Player for player.
No, it's not. I think it's more of because Real Madrid, as much as you guys play as a team, you rely a lot on individuals, right? Versus Munich has always been that team that, and also Munich probably across Europe, they probably have the most consistent core, right, of players. I might be wrong now, but I feel like for a long time.
Over Real Madrid?
Well, Munich, Madrid, you guys, okay, I guess you guys can say, but that's what I'm saying. It was a very hard decision. But I think just based on Munich is just that team. I feel like Munich is just
how dare you doubt us, man? Come on.
No. So this is my thing. Real Madrid, you guys have like a counter-attacking type of style, right? Where it's hot and cold.
We're
It is
more
hot and
dynamic
cold.
than that. We're more dynamic than that. I'm
I think
telling
Munich
you.
is more consistent. I think Munich is just a more consistent team.
But you don't watch.
overall.
But you don't watch. Okay, but like. Okay, let me just say this: Real Madrid, I think, can beat Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich cannot handle Vinicius Jr. They don't have a right back. He's going to open up Benzema easily because he's going to pull him with Upamecano deep. Cancelo? Really? Pavard, like,
he's been washed for a while now.
But this is what I'm trying to say, though.
I'm surprised he's still in Munich.
This is what I'm trying to say, though. Like, Bayern does not have what they need. Again, Bayern, City is more of an antithesis to us. If we were to face City now, we would lose. I'm saying if it's City and Real Madrid,
you think so?
That's the way we're not going to go.
I think this is the worst City team. Actually, I guess defensively.
Oh, wow.
I guess defensively, probably.
Wow.
This is the worst City team I've seen in a long time.
Oh, yo.
Like, KDB is not on form. I don't think I've seen a better version of KDB, even I don't really like him.
Haaland is so garbage. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. No, man, go ahead.
Like, you know what? And this is the thing, right? Like, I was saying it too, like, Haaland, what he's doing is fantastic. The numbers are great, but it's kind of like, maybe not to that extent, but it's like Ronaldo from last season. If you're scoring against relegation sides and scoring hat tricks, all great. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I want to see you week in, week out. I want to see what you're doing with the team. I want to see those goals against the top 10 in the Premier League. And I'm not seeing that yet from Haaland. I know everybody's all gassed up with his scoring. But it's all tap-ins. Even in the midweek where he scored, was it 5 goals? It was all tap-ins. It was basically mistakes. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I think sometimes we get too carried away with the numbers, but he might prove me wrong. He may prove me wrong in the Champions League. But right now, City, but the way football works, football is one of those funny things where, City could end up winning the Champions League with their weakest team on paper. Right? That's the thing. That's how it works. Sometimes you might have the strongest team and you just can't win it. And then, you lose a few players and all of a sudden you win the title. So it's a hard one. And that's why I said the Munich Real Madrid game, that is tough. That's a tough one to call because these are the two most experienced teams, I would say, right now, currently in the Champions League. The two most experienced.
I'm going to go to the washroom and I'm going to come back. And I got an answer for you, all right?
Sounds good. Hey, guys, for those of you that are watching, please join the show. Leave your comments. Let us know what you think the score line is, your predictions for the score line. What do you think about the lineup from both coaches for Barcelona, for Real Madrid? And also, what are your thoughts on just the weekend in general, like all the games across the league? You can shoot us your questions, whether it's Serie A, the Premier League, the FA Cup. Just name it. Please, join the show and let's have a good time. Not a cross. That's the thing with Real Madrid is the reason I was speaking with Jeff and I was talking about Munich beating Real Madrid is just because Real Madrid they're very vulnerable defensively. Hey, Jeff is back. I was just saying the reason I was saying that I'm picking Munich over Real Madrid is you're still vulnerable defensively. I think that's the thing with Madrid. And I think if Munich can score, they have a better chance of holding their lead.
So you think
over Real Madrid?
So you think Bayern Munich is more capable has a stronger offensive weapon to take out Real Madrid than City? What's that based on? Because they play more.
No, not offensively, but I think they have enough people that can score. Because Munich they have great wingers. They have they don't really have a forward yet because they haven't replaced the Lewandowski, but they have enough people that can put balls behind
more than City. Though? Like you said, you think we can get past City more easily than we can get past Bayern. That's what you think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're also.
I think it also has to do with Pep. Like right now, I don't think City's playing that. City's not playing that well. Like that's what I'm saying. City's not playing that well. They don't. It's like they have Haaland, but once Haaland is isolated, I feel like they're trying to involve Haaland in the game, but it's taken away from everybody else's game, right? Whether it's Phil Foden, that's what I'm saying. It's a very hard call, but I think just looking at the way City has played this season, I think Real Madrid has a better chance against City than Munich.
I don't agree at all. I think we have an easier chance against Munich than against City, simply because of Haaland. I think Militao and Rudiger will do fine, but our midfield coverage of him is not as strong as Bayern with Goretzka. I also feel like our ability to Bayern Munich's fullbacks not being like Vinicius's biggest test as against fullbacks have been Barcelona with the Raúl, who's very athletic, and against other teams in La Liga, one of them Mallorca, who also has a very athletic and physical fullback, right?
Yeah.
And midfield player who comes and covers. And so against Bayern Munich, I think that is missing. You know, and even if they were able to stop Vinicius somehow, some way, you can't stop Benzema, right?
Yeah.
And Modric, Kroos, like our core has been there for the longest. Also, and then in the defensively, I don't think Choupo-Moting would be able to handle beating Rudiger, Militao, the best center back in the world right now, and Camavinga can easily cover. Mane, like Mane, we live rent free in Mane's head. Just say it. Courtois definitely does.
but Jeff, I think you're looking at it from a perspective of. I get what you're saying, but I think you're looking at it from a perspective of individuals, and I think that's what I'm saying. And I think why I believe because once you get to the latter,
you also said that you think Bayern is also more of a team than Real Madrid, but there's Real Madrid. I think your definition of playing as a team is based upon playing in a system. Playing in a particular system for a particular amount of time.
But you have to understand that. Yeah, exactly.
But Real Madrid
doesn't have the
right because we have a bunch of individuals, like you said, playing on the counter, like you said. But anybody who comes in there, Alaba, Rudiger, they've all changed the way they play. Both of them came from teams that were very tactical,
but that's what I'm saying.
System, and they're able to dominate. They're able to do well.
But that's what I'm saying. Real Madrid
type of team.
But I think that's what makes Real Madrid special, right? Real Madrid is the only team that can do stuff and get away with it, right?
But it's not getting away with it, man.
No, but what I'm trying to say, Real Madrid uses their individuality in a great way where they can still work as a team.
To the greatest,
and they have the history too. And then Munich also has the individuals and they have the experience and they work as a team more. They don't have the individual flirt players. So that's what I'm saying. Real Madrid and Munich are just so experienced. City's probably the most complete team out of Munich and Real Madrid. But the one thing they don't have is the experience in the Champions League. They just don't have it. And I think Pep is going to overthink this. And this is what I'm saying. I think Real Madrid will figure out a way to beat City, but I think it's going to be harder for Munich just because Munich is compact. Yes, they might not have the greatest goal scorers or finishers, but they're compact defensively. They play as a solid unit. And I think, and they have the experience in Champions League. They're probably the second most successful team after Real Madrid, I would say, in the Champions League. So that's why I'm just using that as versus. I feel like you're separating all the players in 1v1 situations, which I think that makes sense. But I think when you defend as a team like Munich does, and also City from like the last 5 seasons, that's what City has been so great at is defending.
Munich is not a defending team. Munich is not a defending team. They were defensive because they were playing against PSG, who literally had a bunch of goo like Neymar and Messi.
Yeah,
right. They literally like, okay, we understand that we're going to be taking more hits because we don't have a Lewandowski. We have Choupo-Moting, and I'm not saying nothing Choupo-Moting because I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's actually showed himself as a high quality player. Striker.
Yeah.
But the problem is not the 1v1, it's how we play, right? So I'm comparing Real Madrid's strengths and the weaknesses to City and Bayern and their strengths and weaknesses, right? Barcelona's strength is their defense as of right now and their ability to press in the defensive midfield, right? That is a great talent that they have, right? And City also has that talent. The problem for me is that Bayern Munich is just as plays just as open, and that's why Real Madrid does well in Champions League, because everybody that plays in Champions League plays openly, right? They play because everybody else, they dominate in their own leagues, and that's why Real Madrid dominates. The moment Real Madrid comes against a team that is sets on a low block and we have to play through tight spaces, we can't do that. We don't have a system to play like that, because then it's just moments of brilliance, right?
Yeah.
In the Champions League, it's not moments of brilliance. It's a team that has enough space to play and see, and their vision to evolve over the course of 90 minutes and sometimes 120 minutes, and be able to decide games as a team through individuals, right?
Yeah.
And so Bayern, I think City, for us, will just put too much pressure, and I don't think Ancelotti has the ability to let go of Kroos and Modric. Because for me, against City, we could win if he plays Camavinga, Valverde, and Tchouaméni. We could win, but he won't, right?
Yeah, he's gonna go for the experience.
He's gonna go for experience, but and for me, I just drop Kroos and keep Modric, right? That's what you got to do. And so that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I think City would beat us, because Pep and Ancelotti tactically and what they have. If we had a right winger, I would not be afraid of Bayern Munich or City, to be very honest. And that's where the difference sets out for me. It's not individuals; it's weaknesses and strengths. And those are.
Was that a yellow? Sorry, was that a yellow card? That had to be a yellow, man.
Okay, I don't know. I think that's for
a challenge on Kroos. That was like fun.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Oh, I didn't miss the next match. Hopefully, Dembele isn't back either.
I thought Dembele was going to be back for this game too, because
there
there was the whole if Rafinha was going to start or who was going to get dropped.
No, I think Dembele's out for a minute.
Pedri is closer to be
back than Dembele.
Interesting.
Yeah, man, Modric is, oh my goodness. He's such a phenomenal human being. Have you watched the it's on Apple TV, the Real Madrid comeback?
It's an Apple TV?
Yeah.
I haven't even logged onto my Apple TV in a while, to be
honest. It's the story of last season and going from the knockouts to the how we came back, and so has interviews with the players, interviews with commentators. Peter Drury's in it, and a bunch of different agents as well. It talks about Vinny coming up and Benzema coming up and Modric, and so it goes really into it. And then there's Xavi's in it, Klopp is in it, Tuchel is in it. Klopp isn't in it. Pochettino is in it. And describing from their point of view playing both legs against Real Madrid for PSG and with Chelsea.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
I gotta watch that. Yeah, because I was watching. I haven't finished it yet. I started watching Captains, even though it's old now. It was
they have FIFA
for the World Cup. Yeah, but yeah, like I finished. I stopped after the Modric segment. So on that. So Modric is So I was watching him. I don't know if you know the channel. What's his name? The American guy in the UK.
Dempsey?
Sorry?
In the UK. Oh, Pulisic?
No. He's like Lias is his name. Remember, I sent you guys the video.
Is he a player or a coach?
No. He's just like from the fan cam channels.
Oh, okay.
My brother knows him. That's why my brother doesn't like him, because he talks a lot of shit about Real Madrid. Lias, he's like an upcoming guy. He's an American that lives in the UK, but I respect his analysis on a lot of players, because the one thing I noticed lately was we're too one-dimensional in the way we critique players, right? It's kind of like, okay, you did not do well on this team, it means you're garbage, and it's like, this is it, and it's like, okay, no. There's not every player is going to do well in every system, right? And I think every analyze old players and new players, it's like you got to look at their strengths. Yeah, they might not be scoring right now, but what do they provide to the team, right? Or what can they provide to a different team? So,
yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's a multidimensional.
I kind of agreed with him because I've been talking about this with systems, and I think there comes a point where I think systems have kind of stifled the game a little bit, where we've lost that beauty of just off the cuff, like players who can just make decisions without. Ooh, what happened there?
Camavinga's pass, man. He's so at home in that role.
What is he playing like? Is it like more like box to box?
He's playing like a 6. He's a CDM. But like he's
moving forward a lot more than Cruz.
Yeah, but Cruz is told to drop between the defenders, you see? So Camavinga needs to be careful to cover the wing, right? So in this situation, Vinny has to come back because Camavinga has pulled up deep on that side. That's a soft foul though. Okay, it's not a yellow. At least it's a foul, but it's not a yellow. And so and that's what I'm trying to say is that like he plays Cruz to drop in between the defenders, but then it pulls the defenders wide, and then Cruz he doesn't keep covering, right? But when Casemiro was there, Cruz was not dropping between defenders because Casemiro was the one who had to decide whether he drops into the defenders or he needs to cover the wing, right? And
that makes sense.
Cruz would then adjust because of that. But because you've taken out your defensive midfield player, and you have a bunch of midfield players, some who more
that can do the job,
right? It changed the mentality, and that's why for me, Tchouaméni would allow for Cruz not to drop between defenders. And I don't like Cruz dropping between the defenders. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't.
Yeah, because Cruz, I know he doesn't have the legs anymore, but I've never really seen him as a defensive player though.
At all. I saw Modric more. Remember, Modric used to play in a double pivot with Xabi Alonso and Khedira.
Oh yeah, that Real Madrid, right?
Like, like Cruz is getting this role. Like he's able, like that Cruz role would work if you have a high pressing team. If you have a pressing team, right?
Yeah. He's allowed to come out a lot more.
Whenever you press, like it just falls apart in the midfield too easily.
Yeah, because that's a mix of when you have like young talent and then people who their legs are kind of done, right? And like Modric is
never really had that. Even when Modric and Cruz were younger, we never really had that. We did what we pressed off of
your forwards.
Yeah, like off of an interception or a heavy touch. Right.
Yeah.
So when you only press when the opportunity presents itself, rather than force it to present.
But that's what I think. I think I said that in one of our podcasts that Real Madrid has to be one of the most effective pressing teams that I've seen, at least in Europe. Like
maybe efficient, but I wouldn't say as effective because we don't press a lot. But we're efficient.
No, that's what I'm saying. Efficient or effective. I guess either you guys just know how. It's like when to press.
Low risk.
And you just do it. And it's like it's like you know when to do it. And when you do it, it's just like it nullifies teams. Teams just don't know how to get out. Teams just don't know how to get out from the back. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. Because I see a lot of teams, you just keep passing the ball back and forth until, you make a long pass. Oh. There we go.
Yeah, this is what I don't like. It's Barcelona they're getting time on the ball. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing with Barcelona. Once they get comfortable, it's
Yeah, not so defensively.
That one goal kind of
not going to help offensively. That's the problem.
But that one goal really changed the game plan, though. That was a very unexpected goal.
I don't think it changed the game plan for either coaches. I think it just changed the how more relaxed Real Madrid would be.
Yeah, because Barcelona was on the front foot, like pressing and all, and then that. Because I think if it was still 0-0, then I think the game might have been a bit more intense. Oof.
Yeah, this is Araujo is on
Oof. Oh boy.
See, if that was EPL, that would be a foul.
Yeah.
Like you go around and Vinny tries to get that foul too many times. I'm like, yo, stop it. The person could put the arm across you. Just because you're short shouldn't go against them.
Against you, yeah.
Because if my acceleration, my first and second, it's really my first and second step are ahead of you, and my momentum is there. I can go. I can do this. That's fair, right?
That's fair. Yeah, that is fair. And it's so crazy because growing up, like the Premier League was probably like the most physical league in terms of.
I mean, it's still there,
ref call in terms of like officiating, right? And now it's like we've become the softest league. Oof.
Oh yeah, he played advantage, but like it looked like he was down. Carvajal. Oh, we need more of that, Carvajal. A little bit more accurate. What are you gonna do, Vinny? Nobody's there. Okay. Pressure. Control. Don't fall for it. Jeez, refs. Yeah, that's obviously a foul. You can't just ride on the heels of a player, buddy. Come on, young blood. Yeah, you took out his fucking leg. Yeah, Sergio didn't even try, man. Barcelona hasn't been here, right? Because Barcelona, for them, they go up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So this is new territory for them. Let's see how they weather the storm. They haven't been in this position in what? Since before the World Cup. Look at this. Modric's runs are dirty. Modric on that's a foul, De Jong. Okay, that's ours. Give him the ball, De Jong. Thank you.
What's going on here? Okay. I was like, why am I
okay. Are you behind again? Are you behind all of a sudden?
No, I'm at 43.
Oh yeah, we're right on the same.
Okay, I wasn't sure if
I guess I caught up. Give him to Camavinga. There you go, young blood. Hit it. Oh, look at the ball!
There.
Oh, look at that! I'm telling you, this kid is so good.
Jeffrey's just
why is Deschamps playing him as a left back? Deschamps is crazy. He must have gone senile, man.
Yeah. Sometimes these coaches just have their favorites, right? And I just think Camavinga.
You're right.
He's one of the people that just doesn't seem to be the teacher's pet, right? Like,
but it's the same. It's the same thing that's happening with England with Southgate. For some reason, he decided to go with Maguire. As a Man United fan, do you agree? And why do you think he made that decision?
Well, I guess it's that whole thing of he keeps talking about he likes his players that he's comfortable with, and to be fair, Maguire is not bad with England, and to be fair too, like Maguire hasn't been bad for United, right? Since Ten Hag has come in. Yes, he doesn't have the same pressures or the same role, but I see what you're saying. It's one of those where it's kind of weird because if you don't have that much game time, like I've never seen where people who are on the bench for their clubs are being called up.
This is my problem with Cruz. This is my problem with Cruz. That's the problem.
Now the game's open.
What's he doing? What kind of defensive is that? I'm just going to stand there and flick my leg at it? Play with your feet. Your feet are so slow, man.
I got to watch
That's why I'm like, no. You're putting Cruz in worse situations. Play Chouameni there, man. You can't like.
Let's see that. What? What happened in the first one? He tried to kick it and then he missed it.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do.
But that was poor defending from the team, though. That was just like so many white shirts, and
the team was already on their heels. because like they were like, oh, Kuz is gonna get this ball, and then like he just does that, and we're just like, oh, yo, now there is an open ball. Like it's just so why? That's not Cruz should not be on the penalty spot. Cruz should not be there just before halftime. Goodness
that's
gracious!
The worst time to concede, man. Ooh, well, now we have a game for all the neutral fans.
I
now
wish we did.
Have a game on our hands.
I was having a good time.
Yeah, I know. Jeff was sipping his pina colada, and now it's like the game's on. But this is what we want to see, though. This is what we want to see from the El Clásico. We don't want any
that's fair.
A wipeout.
I'm not gonna lie though, because it's not because of the league. It's not because I have any belief that the league is coming or a league has an opportunity to arrive in our lap all of a sudden after so many mistakes and opportunities that we've had, and not taking them. For me, it's just pride. It's just form. You've picked up Chelsea in just about a month, and it's good. You got a 2-week international break. Benzema's not going anywhere, so you can get back fit. Rudiger getting called back, so he can stay healthy. Alaba, I don't know if he got called up, but he should still be injured.
And did Vinny get called up? Did Vinny get called up for the Brazilian team?
I don't know if what's happening in South America.
Are they going?
There's no way he's not, because they don't have a new coach yet. I don't know who's their coach.
Also, I was trying to think. Does South America have any games?
I don't think so, because it's for qualifying for Europe.
The Euros, right? Yeah. There's no Copa America to qualify for, I don't think.
I don't think so. Because of Nations League, Europe has so many games.
Yeah.
So many games. Nations League, for Nations League, they got to play Nations League, and then it's like, so because of that, they got to think about Europe. They got to think about FIFA World Cup, and then whatever
other made-up trophies that they decided to come up with. But it's crazy, though. I was actually thinking, you know what? Sometimes the international break is what has happened here?
It's definitely not a blessing in disguise. In some cases, it
depends on the player, yeah. Because you can come back with an injury, right?
Yeah.
Well, but sometimes as a player that you're expecting to come back for a game, that 2 weeks, that helps, right? To solidify that player that you want coming back from injury has time to come back, right?
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be interesting because Holland and Norway, maybe Holland picks up an injury, but I'm hoping that Odegaard does not pick up an injury.
Not. There's certain players that just don't get injured, man.
Odegaard and Holland they get injured a couple times a season. Odegaard's because of the World Cup. The World Cup really gave him a month off.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that is fair. But some players, I'm just like, I think honestly in world football, I'll say probably Bruno Fernandes is one player that I don't think has missed a single minute.
Of national team?
Of football, just in general.
Oh, football just in general.
It's crazy. I've never seen a player doesn't get injured.
You're right. He doesn't really get injured, but he's
built. He came to United.
He's built pretty consistent throughout. His legs aren't bigger than his upper body. His upper body isn't bigger than his lower body. He's not overly big. He's not overly small. He's built pretty soundly, and he doesn't really do anything. That would require.
That's
he's not trying to beat somebody on a quick turn like Hazard, like tight to him. He's not trying to do that. He's not trying to do some quick nice footwork and beat you like a Pogba in the midfield, right?
Yeah.
He's not trying to use his pace, so he's not going to overload his hamstrings or his calves, right? He's not always going in the air, so he's not physical in the box. He's really like how Modric is. Right?
Yeah. You're right.
He's got that Modric, that Kroos, that Casemiro. Yeah. They just don't get injured. They're just kind of like I'm perfect for football in the midfield. Verratti like that. Just to get a low center of gravity. There's a couple players that have that sort of physique.
You're right, because Kels because we were talking about that over the phone, and he was saying that it's also because Yeah, like it's like Bruno doesn't take on players like that, right? So you're not getting as many kicks as like somebody who, because like you said, flirt players usually on average, like the Neymars, your Pogbas,
Yeah.
the moment they get on the ball, there's always 2 or 3 players on them
Yeah.
right away.
Rafinha,
So
right?
Vinny as
Be a
well,
problem for
right?
you guys in the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dembele, look at him.
Oh yeah, Dembele is just that's I mean a
That's why
blast.
Mbappe is such a specimen, right? Because
Yeah.
he's just so smart. He's got that Ronaldo Messi smart, where like he doesn't take tackles because he's just like, I know what's coming, because I'm moving the ball to make you do that tackle, right? And Neymar does that, but Neymar likes to play on the razor's edge,
Yeah.
And so like I'm like, yeah, the ref is gonna call the foul, but like these guys are doing that that late 90s type of Italian football. I am taking you like thou shalt not pass, the type of Sunday league. You learn that really quickly. It's like you beat somebody and you've been beating them the whole game. Ooh, but at the 40th minute, if you do it one more time, thou shalt not pass.
That's the Wan-Bissaka thing, man. That's so funny. Oof. No, that was a nice shot, man. From was it Pedri or no?
Roberto,
Sergi. Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
That was a good one, man.
Good for him. But I'm actually very calm. I actually think we're fine. We're fine. But Barcelona, to be honest, are lucky that it happened in the 45th minute. I think it was bound to happen. That we got beat on the right side. We got beat on the right side. He's got to figure out what his plan is for that right side, our left, where Rafinha is, because Rafinha has just too much. He's taking Nacho on one-on-one too many times. Like Nacho, his ability to knock down Salah was because he literally played him in the Champions League final and the year prior. Like he literally played. You know what I'm saying? Like he played as that in that position because in the Champions League final. So like he knows Salah. He's played against Salah so many times and recently, but like against someone like Rafinha, he's never played against Rafinha. So to play him as a left back, in this game and isolate him by not playing Tchouaméni and playing Cruz, it's going to expose you, right? So it's either Camavinga is playing that role to help out Cruz.
Yeah, because he needs the legs, right?
Then you drop Valverde, right? Because like Valverde is on the wing, right?
But to be fair, like Cruz is
you play Rodrigo, Rodrigo and Modric to play centrally.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think Tchouaméni is going to come on because I think Cruz is being a passenger at the moment because Camavinga is doing more defensive work, but I'm seeing him going.
He's going forward. It's literally Camavinga and Modric who are box to box, right?
Yeah,
and Cruz, it's like like we don't have. If Cruz is great if you have a solid right winger. When you have a when you have a midfield player who will not who will go up and down like Valverde, you lose that breakout, that quick cross of the field. Also, like you're playing against Barcelona, who's going to have more possession, right?
Yeah.
And possession has been closer to 50-50 than your run of the mill La Liga other team.
Yeah, because once you guys scored that goal, Barcelona tapered off, right? And then you guys had control of the game for a bit, and then Barcelona kind of recollected themselves again. But I think it was like you said, right? Like Real Madrid, the thing with Real Madrid is that Real Madrid plays in spells.
Yeah.
Right? That's where it's very hard to beat Real Madrid because you guys, know when to take your chances. That's the hard part of Real Madrid. Because
this is it. This is it. Rafinha missed a golden chance, and we thought we were free. Look at it took a deflection. Okay. That's why. But that sliding tackle.
When you look at the replay, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad on the replay.
But the sliding tackle to block Rafinha was unnecessary because Camavinga was right there. If he stayed on his feet, he would have been an extra man to block this shot. Do you see what I'm saying? That space was just wide open because Cruz went to the ground. Camavinga was covering the same block, and then dropped, and then literally it was open. Rudiger then all of a sudden he's like, I can only go down because that's the spot. But if he stayed on his feet and then covered that wing, Rudiger would have been able to go and press the ball because Cruz would be covering the block on that wing.
Rudiger also had to go on the ground.
He didn't need to go down like that. Like, it was just so many legs, and Camavinga was right there. I'm sorry, I'm going in on Cruz there, but Cruz's defensive positioning is not been, for me, is not as good.
Well, because he was marking space. Sergio was free the whole time before that ball came in. But it's just lapse of defending, right?
Look at the number of shots. For me, drop Cruz, play Rodrigo, and play Valverde, Camavinga, and Modric. Say all three of you are box to box. Modric, you're the veteran. You lead the midfield. Rodrigo,
Valverde is more like,
because right now it's too easy for them. We have 2 shots. Come on, man.
Has Benzema even touched the ball today? I don't think
he's touching the ball, but he's touching the ball in our defense in third.
Well, Benza just needs 2 touches, though. Uncle Benz, he needs 2 touches, and that's all he needs, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, no, I agree. But like, if it's the first half and they've had 9 shots, 5 on target, so it's just like, okay, well, what's gonna happen in the second half?
I guess it's the first. It's like the first goal Barcelona is conceding in a long time too.
Oh, in a minute, yeah. Yo.
Oh, you guys got the Copa del Rey as well. Holy, there's a lot of El Clásicos. April 3rd or 15th. Nice. So, quick question. Did Barcelona have oh, Jeff's gone. There we go. Those of you watching, really appreciate it. Please leave your comments. Please like and share. Let us know what you think about the game so far. Halftime, Barcelona won. Madrid won. Barcelona conceded an own goal. Vinicius's magic shot. Not sure how that went in, but it did go in. And obviously, Madrid had a defensive lapse, which saw Barcelona equalize just before the half. So, did you watch any game? How was since we're on halftime? What was your take on the Arsenal Crystal Palace game? Also, first of all, I guess, what are your thoughts on Patrick Vieira getting sacked? That came as a shock. That came as a shock to me.
Honestly, man, it is what it is. They should have just let it go throughout. There's 9 teams in EPL before this weekend that were vying, that were fighting against relegation.
Yeah,
9 teams.
That's wild.
It goes to show you how where the division of line is when it comes to money in EPL. How it's too lopsided. It's a seesaw that isn't seeing anymore. It is only on the saw, and it's just the fact of a money-driven FA, because it shouldn't be that lopsided. Newcastle, but I do like the way the Newcastle takeover went, because they didn't just purge and refill and then fill up like a swamp, like what PSG had done. They paced it. And I'm not gonna lie, City did a good job. I think mainly because they locked down Pep Guardiola early, and that was part of their long-term project when they brought on the coaches from Barcelona that were under not coaches, but executives and sporting directors.
But even before Pep, they had some pretty good. Yeah, but even before Pep, they had Pellegrini. They brought in a few Mancini as well. They brought in a few
Pellegrini is like Aston Villa level. Like, he's like Emery. Come on, man. You're not gonna.
But he won the league though at the time, right? Like,
he didn't win the league. The league was just like how he didn't win the league. It was just a time. It's just right time, right place.
Yeah.
Yes, he faced who was in front of him, but there was the league. You know what? When Pellegrini won the league, your EPL was going through what La Liga is currently going through, right? Because you had Arsenal, who was dead in the water. People thought they were going to become like in the past, but never ever again team. Chelsea was still being their indecisive Abramovich money throwing, I don't know what I'm going to do team. You had Manchester United, who was still trying to figure out who they were after Ferguson, right? You had, Newcastle wasn't even being talked about, right?
Yeah.
Leicester had just won the league within the last couple of years, within the next couple of years. And then you had Tottenham, who was still Tottenham, doing what exactly Conte just said Tottenham always do, right?
Yeah.
and then you had Liverpool.
They don't have a spirit of winning.
Yeah, you had Liverpool, I think they had just come back. They had just gotten rid of Rodgers. Like I'm telling you, it's your league, your top 6, 7 teams were just as strong as your mid-table teams. And back then, it seemed like EPL was very competitive because you had a lot of not so good teams with playing.
Kind of like what's going on in the relegation zone, right?
Good teams, right? Like they're just okay and good teams. Whereas that's what La Liga is going through right now. The difference is that Barcelona and Real Madrid are just so far ahead in terms of international branding that they will always be able to recruit the top leftover talents. Right?
Yeah.
Enough of talents that are currently coming up or exist because they just want a new challenge, right?
Yeah.
But what's happening right now with the EPL, you just have 6, 7 teams who just have so much more money, so much more branding than any of the other ones that you have an over lopsided, like I said, you're sawing, but you lost the seat. You know, that seesaw is completely gone. And so, we're going to see what happens in Real Madrid in the next little bit. But I think that, the way it's happened with Newcastle, they did good on Friday. Arsenal, they did what they needed to do today. Don't get me into what nonsense they did on Thursday, because Vieira.
We got to get into that, man. You got to get into that.
Yo, Vieira playing as a center forward isn't a revelation. It's a revelation of absolute craziness. Like that for me is what Arsenal fans should be careful of when it comes to learning under Pep Guardiola. There was no need to substitute Jesus for Vieira as a center forward. Like Vieira was already on the field. Let him keep playing as a center mid. If you're gonna, you don't have to get your fine, but like bring in Trossard. Like I don't know. I don't understand. Why. Play Martinez.
A lot of Arsenal fans were not happy with Vieira. I honestly thought Vieira had a decent game. Yeah, he's not Odegaard, don't get me wrong. But I don't understand why he benched Odegaard. Like, I don't understand why he didn't just start his full team.
Oh, that was mileage.
Close up shop.
That was mileage.
And then rest his players.
That's the only time. That's the only time
Vieira's ever going to get to play. Sorry?
That's the only time Vieira's ever going to get to play in the Europa League, right? They're out of the other cups. Right?
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, like, well, you want to shore it up, right? It was a very tight game in the first leg, 2-2. That as a coach, like if Arteta, I would be thinking, okay, that was a very tight first leg, 2-2. What are your priorities? Is just winning the league your priority? Then cool, I get that.
That's exactly what he does.
No, but that can't just be a priority though. Like you've got to try to win as many trophies as you can when the opportunity presents itself. That's what I think Arteta kind of messed up, and I think that's why he's the donkey of the week, because it's like you had a great opportunity to be Sporting. Not saying Sporting wasn't a good team; they were a good team. The opportunity is there for you. Why not win it? Why you know what I mean? I honestly thought he would have started his strongest team. I was shot by first half, and then you can make those subs. And then against Crystal Palace, you can do the same thing. Close a shop, second half, bring in Vieira, right?
I was pissed, man. It was a bad tactical decision. He literally showed his cards and said, "I am playing for the league because Europa for me is just a way for me to keep the locker room happy. I'm just going to play the ones who like." It made no like Vieira playing is not the problem. It's playing Vieira as a center forward. It
That
makes
was the problem.
that's your best option. Nketiah is injured. Jesus is coming back from a long-term injury. Your best option was that? That's what your best option was?
Couldn't Martinelli have played or something? Can Martinelli play forward? He can play. He can play that role.
I think he would be a better option than.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he would have been a better option. But I don't know what's. Yeah, it's weird to me that we're saying just the league, because the league, they still have how many weeks left in the league? Probably like 7. No, more than that. Probably like 10 weeks left.
Yeah, I think there's about 10 weeks left.
We've got the 2 weeks off for international break, and then I'll say 7 to 10 weeks, right? Because we're doing like 2 games a week, right? We're playing 2 games a week, but I'll say probably on average about 7 to 10 weeks left. Like, there's still a lot of games to play in the league.
There's a lot of games to play in the league.
Yeah,
I don't put all your eggs in one basket. But you know, at the same time, the good news is that the positive of that is that we're only playing once every week. So management of legs is going to be fine. The problem is going to be how you're going to keep the dressing room hungry when you're playing once a week.
Yep, and you're playing this, and you're going to be using the same players,
right? It's really going to be interesting, especially when they go on international break for 2 weeks. Vieira's going to go on international break. I don't know if Vieira got called up for Portugal, but if he did, and he goes and he plays and he's playing well, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, oh, Jorginho goes for Italy and he plays. Then what are you going to do, right? Partey is not going to play because Ghana. I don't think Africa's doing anything, so he's just going to be chilling, which is good. But Chaka is going to go and play. What are you going to do? Right, so for me, the foresight exposes the youthfulness of his tenure, and we're going to see. For me, I am not calm until after we play City and take away 3 points from them. Yeah, because you guys definitely need to. It was like at the start of the show, right? I said that's the same thing with Real Madrid today. Was we're going to see what their priorities are, right? Is it the league? Or is it just the Champions League, right? Is it the league and the Champions League? But like you said, I think that was very poor from Arteta. Like, he had the chance. Like, because if you look at all the teams that are left in the Europa League, that's, you've got Juve, you've got United, you've got Seville, and also AS Roma, right? But like, Arsenal could beat those teams on a good day, so it's like, why not take the chance? Oh, yeah. Arsenal could beat those teams with that team he played if he didn't play Vieira center forward for 35 minutes.
Oof. That was a close call there. Sergi again. Yeah, because everybody's making fun of United.
That side?
Yeah. It's like everybody's making fun of United for the Carabao Cup. And it's like, okay, it's not really about the Carabao Cup. It was just the players need to see something tangible. They need to, all this talk of improving is great, but you need a trophy to back that improvement, right?
Like, no. If you need that, not only to back the improvement, but you need it to keep the team hungry enough for the momentum to go into to keep fighting for top 4. To not only just fight for Europa, but to also keep fighting for top 4. Because Arsenal, every single weekend, they have something. They have that instant gratification when they win. We're still top of the league. We're top of the league, right? You know what I'm saying? It's in our hands. It's in our hands. The hunger is there every single weekend. But when you're United, when you're Liverpool, when you're Chelsea, and you're trying to fight to come up, right? It's hard to be in multiple places at once, especially in the league. But that's where you get your form. You get your form in the league. And that's why, for me, if you do the Super League, the league is always a priority. You need that, right? And so that's where the difference is between, that's why it matters to be like, yo, we also have Europa League as well, where you have everybody's being like, yo, guys, we got you for Europa League. Focus on I got you, like that, like camaraderie where it's like, yo, we're fighting together as a team for
2 different trophies on.
Because like, okay, if I'm going to be on the team and I'm going to win I'm going to get a medal, and then that's all I'm thinking about for 10 weeks. Because I'm only going to play once out of those 10 weeks, maybe 15 minutes. That's going to suck. And I'm not even a youth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right.
What's going to happen with like Tierney? I feel bad for Tierney. When's he going to play?
Because now he's back. Yeah. And because, you have, what's his name? Martinelli. You've got.
He's offside. He's offside. Was he not off? How was Vinny not offside there? Pass it. Get it. Hey, Nacho, we need you to wake up. Good, there. Go. This is that Real Madrid pressure.
Distribution
You need
there.
to play just as just quickly. Decision.
You know those rumors about Camavinga, you guys loaning Camavinga to United. Is that rumor still active? No, just say, you know, the rumor of Camavinga coming to on loan to United. I was like, is that rumor still alive? Because I'll take that, man. I'll take that because we need midfielders, man, at United. Like, fuck. It is bad, man. It is bad, right?
After seeing the game today, and you guys won in FA Cup. You have a game in hand again. No Casemiro in this game. No Casemiro in the next league game. 2 league games. Or
actually 3. No, 3. No, actually, 4.
No, 4 in total.
No, okay, so 3 left. Yeah, because we played the FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about your next league games? Do you think it's more likely for you to win Europa and get into UCL than it is to get into Champions League through the top 4 of the league?
I think we're still good both ways, right? And also, we're getting a lot of players back in April. Martial is back. Just he's still in long-term training, which is good because I think a lot of times these players get rushed back too quick. So I think Ten Hag is trying to make sure that Martial is fully fit before he steps on that pitch. Eriksen is supposed to be coming back to in April. Ooh.
Yo, Carvajal sucks so much, man. What's he doing? Carvajal.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
Let's try to figure what happened.
Carvajal I don't understand how you could just have become so bad mentally as a defender. Like your decision and you like, oh my goodness. Yo, Valverde. It just took his eye off the ball. I'm not gonna be hard on him. Just took his eye off the ball.
Wasn't scanning.
Oh my gosh, this
second half so far, man. But honestly, nothing could be worse than that second leg of United Real Betis. That game was boring.
Wait, but you haven't fully answered the question, right?
Oh yeah. So like I said, Martial is coming back in April, hopefully.
A lot of people coming back.
Eriksen is supposed to be coming back as well.
You think
Sorry?
You think you're fighting for top 4 and winning Europa, or you think one is more likely?
I think they're both likely.
Okay.
Right? Well, because we play Seville. I'm nervous for the Seville game because we just don't do well against top Spanish teams. But Seville is not doing that well.
Seville is not a top Spanish team this season, brother.
That's what I'm saying. They're not.
But Seville needs this.
Is the Real Madrid of Europa.
Right? Seville needs this more than you guys do to get into Champions League. I believe you guys are more likely to make it into top 4 than Sevilla is. Actually, let me confirm that they're not. They haven't been in a while, but I might be mixing up Sevilla and Valencia.
Yeah, so look at it this way, right? So United, that's why I'm not worried. Like, we're going to get players back.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back because we don't have that. We don't have, like, Liverpool is the one in trouble. Like, our fixtures are not bad. We have Newcastle after the break. Then we've got Brentford. Then Seville again.
Oh, man, yeah, Sevilla 14th. I thought so.
Then Brentford. Then Brighton in the FA Cup. So we have, like, 3 weeks where we don't even play in the league. Like, 3 fixtures. So from April 13th to the 22nd, I guess that's a whole week. But yeah, so we don't play. So our last league game is April 5th against Brentford. And then the next league game is against West Ham on May 6th. So that's why I think we can do both Europa League and top 4 because we still have 7 points gap. Well, not anymore because we have, I think, 2 games in hand now because we missed the season this weekend. So as I'm saying, we have games in hand. We're still 7 points from Liverpool or top 4, I guess. So I think it's doable, but the legs we're seeing signs of fatigue. That's for sure.
Oh, you think it's fatigue, eh?
I think it's a bit of fatigue and injuries, right? Because
Yeah.
if you know, it's like
Definitely
entire midfield is either injured or suspended.
Better.
Ooh. Like today, we had 4 defenders on the bench and nobody to bring on.
Nacho, come on, you're better than that.
Madrid is chasing right now, man.
Yeah.
They're like defending like co-ed.
Yo, I keep telling you,
Camavinga
is doing too much. Play a double pivot. Drop Cruz and just let it be, man. Just let it be. But he won't. He's going to wait until the 75th minute. He's going to bring in Rodrigo, right? He's probably going to take out there's no reason. He's probably going to take out.
No, he would take out Modric.
He's probably going to take out Modric because Modric has international duty. I guarantee you.
He's going to take off Modric?
Yeah, because Cruz retired. Right?
Oh, that's what you're saying, yeah.
Right? So he's probably going to put and then bring on Rodrigo. And then I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to still do the same thing. He's going to drop Valverde into the midfield, which is all well and good.
But if you're trying to win, though, why would he be taking up Modric? That wouldn't make sense.
Because that's what he does.
He's like your only creator.
I hope he takes off Cruz for
Rodrigo's coming up.
Oh, let's see what he does.
Perfect.
He's going to take off Nacho.
Nacho? Okay, that's not a bad shout.
He's going to take off Nacho. I think he should take off Nacho and Cruz and make it like a tactical change. And put Camavinga wide and put Tchouaméni in there, and then let Valverde and Modric handle the attacking midfield. Yeah, that's why Nacho is trying to do something because he's getting
because he knows his number is up.
He knows his number is up. Yeah, look at Modric. He's such a genius. Beat him now. Hit it. No, hit it. No, that was a bad pass. That was a business goal. If you're gonna make that pass, it's got to be better. Oh yeah, Rudiger is like, I got you, white boy.
Lewandowski doesn't have that pace, man.
Courtois, man. Rudiger didn't need to make that pass to him at that point.
Oh yeah, that was a dangerous pass. That was dangerous.
You should have went back out wide.
What just happened there?
Oh, he elbowed him. Gavi has been known to do that, though. Gavi's been known to just.
Oh, your boy Mendy's coming back. Man.
Yes, he did it. He took off Cruz.
Your boy Mendy's back. Yeah, because this is the tactical change you were asking for with the two players.
I forgot about Mendy. Keep Camavinga where he is and just help him out. So now Valverde is going to drop into midfield, and all three of them are going to be box to box. Modric is free roam. This is beautiful. Now watch, the game is going to change. If Courtois and Carvajal don't ruin it for us, it's going to be more Carvajal to be likely than Courtois. Courtois will do what he got to do. Look at this! No! Let's go!
Yo, Carvajal, make some changes too, like. Barcelona is pretty tight in the midfield. How did he miss that shot? How did he miss that shot?
How did he miss that?
I think Barcelona needs to make a sub. Kessie needs to come on or somebody. They're losing.
They don't have
anybody else. They're getting tired in the midfield.
They don't have anybody else. Kessie's not going to change anything. Nobody's tired. Oh, I see what you're saying. It makes more sense for him now to take out Roberto and play Kessie. And play
somebody, because he feels like they're
not going to play for a draw at home. Come on.
Sorry?
He's not going to play for a draw at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not going to play for a draw. Yeah.
Let's see what happens though, because that left has changed. I think the next opportunity Real Madrid has, we need to score, because if we don't score,
I think Fati might come
Xavi's
on,
going to make a decision.
Carvajal might be having a hard day.
Oh man, that Carvajal, man, you keep saying this. Look at that. Do you see what kind of garbage? That's ours. That's ours. Let's go. I don't know what kind of Carvajal's pressing game is bonkers. Pass it to Rudiger. Okay.
There we go.
Get some touches in, Mendy. It's okay. Mendy, you're good. Just get back. Mendy, there you go. Mendy's there. We're fine. Yellow. That's a yellow. Yeah, he knows he's coming off next. Kessie, I think Kessie's going to be coming on. I don't. Have you seen Barcelona's who's warming up?
No, I haven't. No, they haven't shown that yet.
Because Roberto is definitely coming off.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a yellow.
The next stop, Roberto's coming off.
Oof.
And Militao. You see where Valverde is? You see where Valverde is? Valverde and
he's dropped in the middle. Yeah, he's dropped in the middle.
If Cruz is on, no, it would just be one of them or neither of them.
And
no,
that's over a tough ball, man. That's not a free ball.
Don't do that Martinelli nonsense. Get your head up.
Also confused. Does OVO sponsor Barcelona as well?
No, it was just that one game. That last Clásico, they did a one-time thing on the jersey.
Oh, that kind of threw me off. I was like, because what's the new logo that's on there? Because Spotify was their sponsor. I guess they have
Spotify is the stadium sponsor. The jersey sponsor is someone else.
Because I thought it was Spotify initially. I know the stadium is named after Spotify, but I thought on their jersey they had
it. You know what it is? Barcelona has just sold their soul for money. They're so broke. They have
like 5 different jersey sponsors, man. They have like 5 different jerseys.
They're so broke that what's happened is it's another Clásico, and they know it's going to make a lot of money, and so they auctioned the thing, and they probably have that deal with Spotify.
That's so funny, but that's going to become a thing very soon.
It's not Spotify. You're right. It's not Spotify. I think they made a deal with Spotify that the Clásicos, they're going to be able to give it to anybody else they want for the top bidder, whoever they want to give. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to become more in football, where you're going to see teams with multiple sponsors in their jerseys. There's just too much money. Everybody's trying to put their hands in the pot, right? That's what I was kind of talking to buddies today, and I was like, it's the same thing we're trying to watch football now, in Canada or pretty much anywhere in the world now. It's like you need a different app for each tournament, right? Because everybody wants their hand in the pot. I miss the old days where you could just one channel showed all the games.
Oh my goodness, yeah, right?
I miss those days. But not one channel, but at least 1 or 2 per country, right?
Oh man. It's funny. Some people say, but unfortunately, what you're talking about isn't capitalism. But in Canada, apparently, what we're doing here is capitalism. Yet there's every major market has an oligopoly.
Yeah, but when it's stuff, but it's always the stuff that doesn't. It just always never favors us, right? It's always all of a sudden now there's a free market.
It's not a free market though.
One choice. Now that we want the one monopoly, all of a sudden it's free choice. Because think about it, right? Like
it's a free market. It's a free market with free choice. The problem is your choices are limited. So So the freedom of the market is that anybody can create a business and enter it. but the freedom of the market, which does not exist for the demand market. So so the invisible hand is no longer invisible. It's the palpable hand. If you want to know trends in Canada economically, you can literally follow the major players in every major market segment and be able to figure out, well, I mean, year over year, the profit margins they're trying to make is this, and this. They've said they're going to try to hit this dividend profit margin or dividends for these companies for this period.
Yeah,
and then you'd be like, okay, well, if I put this amount here, I'm going to get this, and it won't be a risky bet. That's the problem.
It definitely wouldn't be. Yeah, it definitely would not be.
Canadian capitalism in Canada.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I was actually thinking about that. Like, you know, if you were gonna pay for Fubo TV and the Zone, that's $300-400 a year, right? That you're just spending on those two platforms, and then they show all the tournaments. They don't show all the games. Oof. Did he win the ball there? No, he did win. Yeah, he won the ball.
He did. Right there, he won it.
Yeah, he won it. That was a...
Yeah. That's legit. That's legend. That's legit. Oh, why? Oh, you see what he's done?
What?
He's playing 4-4-2 diamond.
Oh, true.
Because
man,
he's not playing 4-3-3. Oh, okay. That's an interesting decision.
Well, he's trying to clog the midfield.
I agree with this. Carvajal gets
just trying to clog the midfield because that's where Barcelona is dominating the game.
Yeah, no, but he's not trying to clog the midfield. He's clogging the midfield. You're right. He's trying to clog the midfield, but our attack is too central.
Yeah, because all your white players are now playing more inverted, right?
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying
right, because now that Madrid has a card, he should bring in Chouameni in the next 5 minutes. But the problem is he should bring in Ceballos. He should bring in Ceballos. That's what he's got to do. I don't like this. I don't like Carvajal being pass the ball back. Don't be the decisive ball. Thank you for Manchester City's second leg in the Bernabeu in the Champions League, but
know your role.
Yeah.
Just stick to your role, man. We don't need you scoring goals right now. Well, it would be nice.
It would be nice, but it's very unlikely.
Too risky.
Yes.
Too risky.
Okay. Why is Carvajal so forward? Tell Carvajal to sit back and let Freddie go. This is so bad tactics, Ancelotti. It's so bad. Why is Carvajal so far up? He's literally. I hate when they do this. Zidane did the same thing against Manchester City. Both legs. He's like, Carvajal just sat there, and I'm like, you can't do that. He's not good enough. Look at him. He's playing like he's Zinchenko, but he's not even got that level of quality.
But I don't know what's going on in modern day. It's the same thing with
That's probably why they
wing backs haven't. It's like we're getting like inverted wing backs now.
Like if Cancelo was there, I would be fine with that. But I don't want Cancelo. That's what I'm trying to say. I want a right winger, and then a fullback.
What do you think?
Martin's not even looking at Carvajal. He's not even looking in there. He's just like you just do your job as a defender. The midfielders should not. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what I think he's playing 4-2-2-2. So what he's done is he has Camavinga and Valverde sitting further back. Valverde is more defensive to cover.
Yeah, because he's now like he's dropped deeper. Yeah,
right? And then Modric and Rodrigo are playing the next as cams. The problem is Rodrigo is supposed to be playing off of Benzema, right? And then you have Vinicius up there
on the other side.
The problem is this: Valverde gives you something, whereas Carvajal doesn't. So if you're playing Valverde so far back, this side is so empty, man. Look at it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I definitely see where you're.
Like it's Christensen and Balde on that left side. You can expose them. Yeah, tell Carvalho to sit back, you bum. Sit back. Please. Play for your team and figure out what the coach told you is wrong. Yeah, sit back. Cover that space.
Is that really okay, there we go. Oof.
Block that. Well, what time are you on, man?
I'm on 74:03.
Oh, okay, you're 3 seconds ahead of me again. You said oof, and I was like, oh no.
So Ceballos and Tchouaméni.
Yeah, he's gonna take out Modric and Valverde.
Valverde? Oh yeah, because Valverde is basically dropped deep, but
Valverde's just dropped deep.
He's not looking effective in that role.
And then Ceballos is coming in for Modric because he's got a yellow.
Oh, actually, you're bringing on 3 players.
Who's the third? Asensio.
I think, Asensio.
Oh, he's going to take out Carvajal? I don't know what he's going to do.
Huh?
Oh, he's going to take out Camavinga. He's going to take out all 3 midfield players.
Oh, true. But Camavinga's had a good game, though.
So what's going to happen is Rodrigo is now going to go... Oh, okay. Asensio's going to go wide as a right wing. I don't know. I feel like Rodrigo's going to go wide, and then Asensio's going to go central. If I know Ancelotti, even though I don't agree with that, I think Rodrigo should stay where he is, and Asensio should go wide.
Oof. Yeah, Barcelona is looking more threatening.
Yo, you got to easy up with those oofs, man. Every time you say oof, I'm like, yo, no.
Oh yeah, I got to be careful on those.
Oh my goodness, man! This is brutal to watch in this state. I just want to refresh my my legal stream.
Yeah. So what's your take, man? Who do you think is gonna win City versus Munich?
I think Munich would have rather have played us than City, but I think Munich has a good chance of beating City. I would bet that Munich will win over 2 legs. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Especially since Munich knows how to play Haaland. It's not new for them, right? For everybody else, like it was new. It was novel. Like even in EPL, but they've played against him at least twice, if not multiple, because of the cup games for the last 3 years in Germany, Bundesliga. So I think Bayern, whereas City, they don't know how to play against Chupo. They don't know how to play against. They know how to play against, and Mane knows them as well, and Mane has really exposed them as well on multiple occasions in a similar type of system. So I think Bayern is set up to do well against City. I think everybody knows it. With City, the spice to the drama has been Haaland for everybody. But moment Haaland is not the spice because the opponent knows Haaland.
Yeah.
What's the spice? De Bruyne? Yeah, okay. I think
he's not been that effective this season, anyways.
You know, so yeah, I think it's going to be Bayern will go through, Real Madrid go through, and then if Real Madrid make it through Bayern, we are winning Champions League again. I mean, I hate to break it to everybody because We do not
Oh
lose.
yeah, whoever wins that, whoever goes through in that the bracket, the City Real Madrid bracket, I think that's going to be the winner. You can't beat all those teams and lose to who? Benfica or Napoli? That's yeah, that's.
Wait,
I would
Barca has not
expect.
made
I
us.
would expect that if you can go through City, Real Madrid, Chelsea, those teams, I'm thinking you should be able to beat a Napoli or a Inter Milan or Benfica, right?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I think Napoli's playing who? Benfica? No, they're playing. Napoli's playing Inter.
Napoli plays AC Milan.
AC Milan. AC
Yeah,
Milan. I think Inter is going to lose to
and Inter plays Benfica. Yeah.
I think it's going to be Benfica versus Napoli. And I think Benfica is going to end up beating Napoli.
What? I can see Benfica beating Inter Milan. That's what I put there, but because Inter Milan cannot
Actually,
score.
no, you're right. Sorry. You're right. But I think Benfica is going to give Napoli a test.
Oh yeah. Like Portuguese teams they're like what you call the workhorses, right? Like they're passionate.
Pass it.
Man, my parlay is gonna be lost if Vinny or Benzema don't score.
Oh, really? If they don't score?
Because it was gonna be anytime.
Already scored? Wouldn't that not count as Vinny?
Sorry?
Didn't Vinny score? Or that was an own goal?
No, that was an own goal, so it's not gonna count, especially not for bets. When there's money to be paid out, that's definitely an own goal.
You're right.
That definitely counts as an own goal.
No, but they'd have to go with, that's a foul. That's a sec, he should have does he not have a yellow already? He literally stopped the play. Gavi has a yellow, does he not?
Wasn't it his free kick?
Yeah. He got it. It was a foul, but it was if Gavi's got to be careful. Attack on this side. Attack Gavi. He's got a yellow. He's going to let you blow by him. Like Asensio should not be right next to Benzema. He should be right next to Gavi or De Jong. He should be pulling the players away from Benzema. I hate the way Asensio plays so much.
But a lot of times too, it's the team.
Yes! Asensio, go wide, you idiot!
Damn!
Asensio
scored, man.
What are you doing? Asensio, that's so crazy.
Asensio did it, man. Asensio did it. But Jeff, if you notice, a lot of teams, right? There's always the one side that they're more dominant on. If you watch Arsenal, Saka on the right wing, Arsenal plays a lot towards Saka and Odegaard, right?
No.
Manchester United, we play too much to Shaw and Rashford.
Right.
Same with Real Madrid. Vinny is your guy that you always gravitate to. Every team has that one. Every team has that wing that they. So City is the right wing. City is because of Foden, KDB. Sorry?
What's United's wing?
The left wing with Shaw and Rashford.
Who's offside?
Right wing is dead. Was he off?
How
was he off? No, he wasn't off. Was he? Damn. No, there's no way he was
offside in the ball against Danny Carvajal. But I'm waiting to see that view because he looks. Rajo and Koundé are both up there. No.
Yeah, they were ahead of him, but maybe another Real Madrid player was keeping him off. Maybe.
So this is what I think. I think you're right and wrong at the same time because Real Madrid and Arsenal are two different. Arsenal starts the counters through the right. They start their build up through the right. Yeah, it opens up the wings, but they play a lot through Martinelli. But I think that it's because they're able to open it up with Martinelli, whereas Real Madrid they play through the left and then they don't open up to the right. They simply play in the left or central. They only open up to the right when they play it back to the midfielders like Ceballos, like Tchouameni, like Cruz to then swing it wide right quickly. And that's why we suck with not having a right winger. That is a problem because then whenever you play to the midfield, that switch should break everything open like it did when we had Bale, like it did when we had Ronaldo. Right? It doesn't do that anymore.
But that was different because you had two dominant wingers, right? The problem, that's what I'm saying. Arsenal too is sort of Arsenal
has two dominant wingers.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna see a lot more of that switch and play. And I think you guys will start. You started
even the same thing with City. They have two dominant wingers at all times.
But I know Ben White is not a bad ball carrier from the back. Also with what's his name? Uh the Japanese kid. What's his name?
Kubo
Um sorry?
offside.
No, the Japanese kid for Arsenal. What's his name? The left back.
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu. Yeah.
It was right.
They're good at carrying the
It's
ball, but
not
I
a
think
goal, eh?
Zinchenko is your most dominant defender, right? On the ball.
Yo, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that
Oh,
offside.
that was off. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. They called it back. That was a long decision, though. That took a long time to make that decision. Looking like it's going to be a stalemate here. Result works for Barcelona because now that's. I was just saying, like, this result works for Barcelona because that's a 10-point lead at the top.
Oh man, this is. Yo, we have to win this. If we don't win this, the league is done. Like,
Oh yeah, the league is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The league is done if Real Madrid doesn't win this.
The league was done 2 weeks ago because Ancelotti, for some reason, believes that Tchouaméni should sit on the bench over Cruz with his tactics somehow.
But if you're,
he went out and been like, let's win this in the first 60 minutes. He's going to.
Do you think Ancelotti is going to be staying after the season, though?
Oof.
That's what I'm saying. Because if he's staying, then I would think he should be investing in Tchouaméni, right? Because if you're trying to create a system that you can use for next season and beyond. But if he doesn't plan on staying, then I can see why he's just trying to get the job done based on the players that he believes that can do it right now.
No, but that's always Ancelotti's always played game by game. He's never been a look into the future
system kind of guy.
No, yeah. He's never been like, right, and that's his system. His system is, I'm going to play the players who I can bet on, who've been there, and who are informed.
Yeah. But honestly, I think I know because Ancelotti comes from the old school era, right? And I think that's the way it should be. You know, I think and this is why I say I think this is why till today Real Madrid players can express themselves the way they do. Right?
Come on, Vinny. We need you to be 98. We need you to be 100% until the 100th minute. Look at this Rodrigo play. Look at this. To get to block at the corner. Why did he not start Tchouaméni? What did Cruz give us in this game? We don't have a right winger. Why did Cruz?
I ask myself that question a lot of times, man. It's like week in, week out. Why are you starting the same team when you're going to make the same subs to change the game, right? It's like it makes no sense.
Who hit that? Was that Tchouaméni? Oh, Rodrigo. Why is?
Okay, ball got to someone.
Of all the players, he would be the only one. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's Modric is off, Cruz is off. Maybe Asensio, but Asensio wouldn't do it. You wouldn't want to do an outswinger with Asensio. It's going to be at least 5 more minutes. Yeah.
I feel like that goal decision took a while to.
It did, yeah. Asensio, you know what Asensio does?
That was a bad pass.
He dribbles for nothing to happen. He dribbles for nothing to happen. He when he moves with the ball, nothing happens. It's so bad. But when he just tries to shoot, something happens. I don't know how you can just be so like. You see Ceballos? He's dribbled to open the pass.
Yeah,
he's gonna dribble to open the pass or be able to beat the man. You see? Watch the next time Asensio gets the ball, he's gonna dribble and he's gonna go backwards. Backwards. I'm telling you, I know this guy like the ball.
There we go.
Ooh. That's clean. Give it back to Tchouaméni, you idiot. Yo, what's wrong with this? Right? Our right side is so daft.
What's his name is looking tired now too.
Carvajal?
I don't think you guys should have taken Modric off. I think, well, you guys are attacking a lot more now, but I think it's more of a decision making in the final third.
He should not have brought
that
on
final ball.
He needed. He's like, hey, Asensio gives you golazos. I'm okay with. I'm okay if Modric
that was a nice layoff. That was a nice layoff.
If Modric didn't have a yellow, I would agree with you. You see what I'm saying about Asensio? If he just does one touches and plays for one touches, he'll be a much better player. But when he Mendy play behind. Mendy hasn't played in like 4-6 weeks, right? Like that's fine. When Asensio plays for one touches, either a shot or a pass, he does very well. When he moves, that's why he's not a center forward. He's not a cam. He is a right. Oh my God, I don't know what he plays, man. I don't know what he should be. He's not a cam. He's not a right wing. He's a center forward. He is not the person who is your target man. He's a person who plays as a
like a supporter, like a supporting.
He's not a counter. He's bad on counters. He's bad on counters. He's great with possession. That's why he does so well with Spain.
That makes sense. Yeah. He probably just like a utility player, right? Those players are just utility. Like they can play different roles, but they're not the main target. They're not the main guy. They can come in and do a job. Oof.
Yo, step on him. Good foul drawn. Oh man. For anybody who's watching, I do apologize for my animation, but you don't put the crest on the heart for any reason, right?
Oh my God! Next thing, Jeff is going viral, getting clipped.
Air punching, man. Air punching.
Oh my God!
I hope my listeners don't call me out for hating on Asensio. I don't hate on Asensio. I just think he has a particular role. But he gets
I feel like Jeff's hate for Asensio is probably worse than United fans' hate for Harry Maguire, man. I feel like I don't know which is worse. I don't know which is worse. But
I don't think United fans hate Harry Maguire.
Man, this guy, bro, like Harry Maguire, sometimes I'm like, you guys need to remember, man, this guy's a human being first and a football player second. It's like the abuse this guy gets, oh my God. I'm like,
Carvajal. Honestly, I think I've been hitting more on Carvajal this season, at least this half of the season, than Asensio. You got to give me that at least. And I'll say this about Maguire. Maguire, at no point in his career did he believe. He probably thought, but did he believe?
That was
sus. Carvajal.
What were the defenders doing there?
Is he see Kessie? Is he even trying? Is he even trying?
I told you about Kessie.
Maguire, the thing with Maguire is, at one point did he believe? He probably thought it. At no point did he believe that he's going to be a starting center back for Manchester United for a minute, right? That's why what's happening right now, he's fine. You know the fact that waiting on the. You see me? I'm doing my Trump impression, with the whole Maguire talk on purpose. The thing I honestly do believe is that he is like, you know what? I'll come off the bench. I am a come off the bench type. I am the 11th man when it comes to defenders. You know what I'm saying? And he's fine. And I think he's playing his role well. He's as a human being, great for him. He's excellent. So I mean,
it's gonna be interesting.
I don't know why United fans are hating on Maguire. Maguire has not come out and done.
I think like I always say, everything is about context, right? And I think the reality is there is certain United in the last 5 seasons at least, it's just been a shit show, right? The entire 5 seasons. So, and also last season we couldn't have been any bad last season, right? Like we were leaking goals. But yes, you could blame it all on Maguire. But at the same time, if our team was getting ran through, right? Like when your team is not doing well, you're going to see defenders a lot more. That's why, everybody's on Van Dijk's, talking about Van Dijk all of a sudden, because you're going to see your defenders a lot more when you're having to defend a lot more, right? It's just the way it happens. And I think United fans kind of get carried away a lot of times and don't look at context. And this is why I talked about the whole, when people analyze players, they analyze them one-dimensionally, and that's not fair. You can't just say, "Oh, this person is this," because Maguire doesn't do bad for England, right? And never since Ten Hag has come in, they said, "Well, he has 13 clean sheets." Not saying that it's all Maguire, but I think sometimes you need to give people credit. I remember today too in the game, people kept saying, "Do you honestly think
Maguire? If you were Southgate, would you choose Maguire over Tomori?"
No, hell no, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't.
So then why? So then why? It's a new tournament you're playing for. You can restart who you believe in. You can restart it. This whole thing
it's one of those things where it's like, because, you know what it is?
It's nonsense, man.
I think you know what it is. You know what it is? I think it's like Southgate, right? It's like how we always call Southgate Ole in a waistcoat, right? Southgate is doing this sentimental thing. Like, I honestly believe Southgate thinks he's the father of this British players and the ones that he likes. And I think he sees Maguire as a son. And Maguire has been good for him for a long time, right? And obviously in the last, 2.5 seasons or 2 seasons, things have not been going well for Maguire. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, if Southgate is to drop Maguire, that is Maguire's career down the drain, right? So I think Southgate might he might be managing Maguire in a way that's like, okay, you know what? You're not doing that well, but I'm still going to put my arm around you.
Let me ask you a question. If Varane didn't go down and Maguire played the last 2 games, do you think Southgate would have still chosen Maguire?
I think so.
Not having played since the World Cup?
Probably would. Well, he's played a couple of games, but yeah, I think he's
no. Hold on. He's played for like 5 minutes a game. He's never started a game since the World Cup. Do you think Southgate?
No, he started a few games
before Varane just went down. What games did he start? They go like Carabao, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I guess the World Cup was
maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Now, right? Yeah, trust me. Yeah, Maguire hasn't really.
He's not in form. He's literally not in form. If he hadn't played the last couple of games, since Brown went down, I don't think Southgate would have still had. If he had the audacity to still make that decision, and today in the game and on Europa on Thursday, and Varane was available, I guarantee you, 100% guarantee you, Maguire would only.
Okay, what's going on here? The El Clásico is never complete without a fight. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what this is? You know what this is?
He has not been going for the ball there.
You know what this is? This is Ancelotti. This is Ancelotti. This is frustration based upon Ancelotti's only man management and bad and not sufficient tactics when he needs to. This over reliance is what's killing me. It's an over reliance. It's not a reliance. It's over reliance. Tchouaméni should be match fit by now. By now, he should have had Tchouaméni and Camavinga as his go-to. If Kroos and Modric are going to get another contract, it's not because you play them. It's because they do something. Modric has done something in Champions League. You giving Kroos an opportunity to do something in Champions League, so to do something is poor form. Because what you should be doing is keeping that fire in Kroos's heart. And by saying, you know what? Tchouaméni, before he got injured, was fine. And you were injured, and so I brought in Tchouaméni. And then when Tchouaméni was injured after that whole Paris debacle, and Kroos was also injured, and Ceballos was fit and doing well for us, and getting the Santiago Bernabéu to chant, sign, re-sign in the summer. But then you drop him. You literally dropped him. For who? for Cruz. You didn't drop him for Camavinga because Camavinga helped.
Well, how long has it been? Has he dropped him for? It feels like it's been a while since I've seen Tchouaméni on the team sheet.
The problem with
starting lineup.
The problem is not Tchouaméni not starting. The problem is Ceballos losing his spot over Cruz when he was in form in order for Cruz to come into form. Because Cruz being in form is not the reason why we won the beat Liverpool.
Yeah,
Cruz being in form, you trying to get Cruz in form is the reason why we've lost the last couple of games. When Barcelona dropped against two teams in the last 4 weeks, when we played them in the first leg of the cup, and you played this guy, and all they did was lock down Vinicius Jr. You have no right winger, but you have an overload of a central midfield. You have a midfield player who is not a 6. He literally has 8 on his back. You're playing him as a
6. Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Because you guys didn't stretch the pitch well enough today. You guys did not.
We haven't been able to do that since this guy started playing this nonsense. When Tchouaméni was there, Tchouaméni was the guy. Cruz was fine and Modric was fine. The moment he dropped him, Camavinga is not a strictly 6. If you want Cruz and Modric to get into form, you have to get them into form. Maybe not playing at the same time. Maybe because Modric has been in form. Maybe you play Cruz with Tchouaméni and Camavinga, and maybe you'll realize that, oh yeah, this is how I get into form, where the veterans control how we attack. They don't control how we attack and defend. But he's playing them like, I want my veterans who've done it all and won it all, who are legends of the game and of this club, to balance the game. But they don't have the legs to do that. Modric does in spells. Cruz, he doesn't not play, and he doesn't. I see
what you're saying, because Modric does well when he has the runners around him, right? And I think if, like you said, if you had set up Tchouaméni, Camavinga, then now Modric can actually play his game, right? Because you have Tchouaméni that can be the, that can be the guy that just sits and plays that defensive role, right? And then Camavinga can be like the Fred of your team, where he's just all over the place, doing what he needs to do. And then Modric can just be that Rolls Royce that just, pops here and there, And I think you guys would have had a better game because you saw with the subs, Real Madrid looked like you guys were starting to do something, but I think it was too late for Barcelona at that point. I'm sorry, it was too late for Real Madrid at that point.
Yeah, it was, man. It was.
And that's what I was saying, because Barcelona was playing well, and I was like, but I noticed that Barcelona's energy in the midfield had kind of tapered down. And that's why I was saying that Barcelona needs that energy to come in. And once they made those subs, and Sufati coming in, Carvajal obviously struggling all of a sudden.
Carvajal was struggling the whole game. Let's be very honest.
But I'm saying, but at least Ansu Fati coming on, they could capitalize on that, right?
100%. You're right.
And then obviously Kessie coming in the middle. Even though, I think he just kind of stabilized their midfield.
The last 2 games, Kessie has scored on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The last 2 times Kessie has played, he scored on us. In the cup, in the Copa, he scored on us. That was a goal that the VAR reviewed for a minute.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
remember? He scored, and then same thing here again. Kessie scored on us. It's tough, man. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough. But I never believed we had the league. I said that from the minute from minute 1. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Back to doing what we always do. Put all our eggs in the Champions League basket.
So now it's a must win for Real Madrid now, man. It is a must win.
You asked me earlier if I thought Ancelotti was staying. If he loses against Chelsea, he's gone.
Oh yeah, because you guys are on the verge of no trophies this year.
Sorry?
You guys are on the verge of winning no trophies this year.
Oh, we won the Club World Cup.
Is that what Chelsea? Oh, you guys are now Chelsea, eh? You guys are
Yeah,
now. Oh, at least you won the Club World Cup.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you guys are now
Honestly,
rating that as a trophy. You guys are
you
now
know,
rating that as a
you know what?
trophy.
Tuchel,
Wow.
Tuchel was watching this game, and he
Yeah.
was like, the moment Kessie scored, Tuchel was like, "Yo, let me speed up my Spanish classes because this guy Ancelotti, there's the chances of him winning a back-to-back Champions League is slimmer. Is
Yeah.
slimmer than it's actually slimmer than us winning the league.
Yeah. That's.
And that's the scary part. So it's gonna be interesting, man. But I'm at this point in time. Last year's W's masked what we needed to do this year, and so we didn't do it, and
Yep.
we're paying for it. But I think the board is going to make the right decision. I love Kroos and Modric to death. I think Modric will probably get another year because Modric is not looking for an increase in salary or any bonuses, and he's actually consistently doing something. I think
Yeah.
if Kroos decides to if Cruz decides that next year he's going to retire and tells the board that, I think then we'll give him we'll give him another year.
Oh, I thought Cruz had already decided to leave Real Madrid after the season. Oh, just the international team. It was just the international team he retired from. Oh, I thought he was
Yeah.
leaving Real Madrid after the season.
No. He only retired from the international team.
I guess to focus on club football.
Yeah, that's what he said. Well, and he said mainly to the young next generation coming in. He's like, yo, I've won it, I've done it, I've been there. It's time for the next generation. I don't want to be picking me because of my name. And even he said this, like, I don't want Real Madrid and Madrid. They said, I don't want Real Madrid to re-sign me or give me an extension or whatever because of my name. Right. The thing is with Cruz, he's not coming up on an extension. Next year he will be. Right.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like, yo, we are either gonna try, if you think you're gonna retire here, you can stay. We're not gonna try to move you on. But you're not starting. You're not a guaranteed starter. And that's what it needs to be.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I think at some point you need to. Yeah, like, but I'm saying, like, at some point, that's what I was asking about Ancelotti, right? If Ancelotti was leaving after the season, because at some point you need to start getting the young guys in, right? And then getting them, because games like this, you got to show them that you believe in them, right? Because if you're always for the big games, all of a sudden you drop your young guys and going for experience all the time. Well, experience, right? It's at that point you're not helping their development, from a psychological standpoint.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
So we'll see, man. It looks like we're both going to be watching our teams to the bitter end because it's going to be a lot of drama, man.
Oh geez, lots of games to play still, so it's gonna be. But you never know. The league. I know it's 10 points. I guess Barcelona will really have to.
Oh, you're talking about La Liga? Yo, let it go. La Liga's done.
Yeah, just let it go.
EPL, there's a chance for champions. There's a chance for
What's that song? Is it Frozen? Let it go. Let it go.
La Liga's done, man. At this point, Real Madrid is just trying to save face by not getting any worse than second.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of like for United. It was after that Liverpool game was just like, yeah, that any thought of a title,
that Liverpool game,
any thought of a title race was game over.
That Liverpool game hurt, man, because that
was
right because it's Newcastle United and Liverpool are trying to make the top four. They're trying to kick one of each other out. We're Tottenham. Right, so
Tottenham has been doing all right though. They've been winning their games. So
I mean, except for this weekend.
Oh yeah, they drew last minute, right?
Oh no, they lost completely.
They won 3-2, didn't they?
They lost completely. What are you talking about?
What game was I watching? Wait, no, I was looking at the highlights yesterday. I probably was dozing off watching those highlights. That's
Tottenham.
Yeah, that makes sense. Came out there and dropped it on them. That Conte gave that speech.
Yeah.
What did I think? What did I think they won 3-2?
They came back. Chelsea drew. Oh
Yeah,
no,
Chelsea
they drew. They drew
Everton
3-3.
last minute. I mean,
They drew. They drew. They drew.
oh
But
wow, what did I think?
yeah, right
I
now it's
already thought.
United third, Tottenham fourth, Newcastle fifth, Liverpool sixth, and
Oh,
Brighton tied with
Southampton drew
Liverpool.
last minute.
They tied last minute.
Man,
Yeah,
Southampton, right?
right.
That team that just
Because right now
they
it's what
can't beat the
United
teams
50,
around them. But
United 50 points, Tottenham 49, Newcastle 47. That's a 3, and then Liverpool trying to catch up to
they've
Newcastle.
got some. They have probably the worst run of fixtures though.
They have to
It's
play
going to be
us
one of
and
the,
City, right? They have to
yeah.
play us. They have to play Arsenal and City. Jeez. United has the best. United and Tottenham are more likely to keep in the top 4 with Newcastle than Liverpool do have of coming into the top 4, unless Liverpool all of a sudden has this wild resurrection.
Woo!
Which
So Liverpool. So right after international break, Liverpool plays City. Then they play Chelsea. Then they play Brentford, which is not an easy game either. Then they play Leicester City, who's also sort of in form. Then Aston Villa, then Southampton. Yeah, so their first 4 games is going to be tough. They need to get a few points out of those first
Aston Villa
4.
and Arsenal are going to be tough for them.
Yeah. And so, oh yeah, they don't even play Arsenal yet. I think they play Arsenal.
In the next,
No,
3
they've actually
games.
played Arsenal, haven't they?
I don't know. They play Arsenal next 3 or 4 games.
Huh?
Do they
Oh,
not?
there's a whole like.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
They play Leeds, then Liverpool. Our Arsenal's next 6 games is Leeds, Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton, Manchester
What's the date
City,
of the Arsenal
and
Liverpool
Chelsea.
game?
Oh, what'd you say?
What date is that? The Arsenal Liverpool game?
It's Sunday, April 9th, just the Easter long weekend.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so from April 9th till April 30th, it's saying to be determined for Liverpool.
For Liverpool, yeah. But for Arsenal, we play Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton, Manchester City, Chelsea. That's gonna be difficult.
Oh, so yeah.
I see. Looking at Arteta, probably was like, you know what? I'm just gonna. If we play one game every week, we should be fine. The problem is, if Saka comes back from this international break injured, Arsenal is gonna have a problem. Because I don't know.
Not just Saka. I think anybody. Yeah, I think you guys need because that's what I'm saying. That's why I think for you guys it's going to be very interesting because it's the crunch. Because this is the last stretch, right, to the end of the season.
Yeah,
it's crunch time.
Saka or Odegaard.
Yeah, Arteta cannot afford to be rotating unnecessarily if he doesn't need to, right? So this is where it's going to be interesting. This is where, these are the moments that make a coach, right? Because it's all great to be sailing all the way through.
Yeah,
but it's in these moments where, but at least like you said, the one positive you can take away is Arsenal just has to focus on the league now. They don't have to travel to Europe, and stuff like that. So
let's see, it's gonna be interesting because he has to play City and then Chelsea. So if he beats City, they can't fall asleep and be like, "We won the league." They need to beat Chelsea and then Newcastle. Oh my goodness, City, Chelsea, Newcastle. You see why I'm not overconfident at this point? He's a young coach. That could be it. If he makes it through those 3 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Oh, and also City doesn't seem to have any actually City, they still have some teams to play. Why is everything saying to be determined? This is weird.
Well, that's because City is still in the FA Cup.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, because of the FA, because of the cups. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay, I was like, why is it all to be determined?
Yeah. So
Arsenal. Well, the games that are confirmed: Sheffield United. Actually, no, just Brentford. The last game of the season.
I mean, they really only have the thing that's going to hold back City is how tough it's going to be over the next 3 games of the Champions League. So the next 2 games of the Champions League. I guess 4 games, 2 teams. Because Liverpool is the biggest test in the league. After that, it's Arsenal. They play Chelsea on the penultimate day. That could be a deciding one. if they draw against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
That could be. Yeah, you're right.
If Real Madrid removes the heart from Chelsea, which they could in Champions League, Chelsea has to play. I think Chelsea has the hardest because they have to play Arsenal. They have to play City. They also have to play Real Madrid twice. They have to play United. And they have to play Newcastle on the last day. Like if Chelsea, I think Chelsea has the hardest run of games, then Arsenal, then United,
Liverpool.
and then City.
No, I think Liverpool. Well, it depends on what you're trying to
Liverpool's
make, right?
worse?
I think Liverpool has the hardest.
Liverpool is worse than you guys?
Yeah, Liverpool. No, we have it easy. Like I think United has the easiest route right now. First of all, we only the 2 league games that we play in the month of April is basically just, I think it's like Brentford and Newcastle, and then we play an FA Cup game.
I mean, they have like 3 tough games. They have City, Chelsea, and then Arsenal, and then Tottenham is the next tough one out of the last 5.
Well, yeah, we haven't played Tottenham yet, but I'm not too worried about Tottenham.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm not. But that's what I was saying. Like, because
Tottenham beat you, didn't
we're
they?
getting a lot of players back from injury.
Isn't Tottenham the only top 5 team that you've lost to this season? You beat City, you beat Arsenal.
No, we beat.
I'm pretty sure Tottenham you've lost against Tottenham.
No, we lost against. No, we also lost against Arsenal.
You didn't lose against us. You beat us both times, man.
No. You beat us the second time. You guys. Yeah, you guys.
Oh no, you guys beat our Tottenham 2-0.
Yeah, but we haven't played them a second time. And then City spanked us 6-3 the first leg. And then we beat them 2-1 in the second leg. Yeah.
I remember that. Yo, this guy, 7 Hag, he's got to be careful, man. He's getting some battery.
We've definitely got embarrassed by the big teams this season.
It seems teams that press high, he struggles with. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, because United were still a counter-attacking team, right? As much as everybody's getting gassed. Like I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and someone was talking about how I think it was rumors of United giving Ten Hag a new contract. And I'm like, hold up. Don't get me wrong. Ten Hag has done a great job so far, but we've seen this movie a million times. He has I think it's a 2-year contract or 18-month contract with possible extension. Let him see it out. Like what he's done is good so far, but this whole getting so desperate to lock him down, it's like, oh, we need to lock him down because, like he's doing a great job. I'm like, well, Ole was doing a great job in his first 6 months. Mourinho was doing a great job in the first season when he won the Carabao and the Europa League.
So was Tuchel.
So was Tuchel. Yeah, whoever thought that Chelsea would have won a Champions League on Tuchel's first season? I'm like, all it takes is one transfer window. Ten Hag doesn't get what he wants. Players start getting upset, and then form dips. The dressing room is disarray, and it's everyone's like, "Oh, our dressing room is the best it's ever been." Our dressing room is always the best it's ever been when a new coach comes in, and the results. And there's the results, right? The moment you start benching people and then there's no results coming in, the tide changes, right? Like, you know what? I'm okay to keep Ten Hag, but just write out the contract, right? Like because what's going to happen? We're going to renew his contract. And then, like I said, stuff happens in the summer. Now we're looking by December, we're paying him out like $50 million because he won the Carabao Cup. That $50 million could have been used to fix the bathrooms in the stadium or the leaking roof or get a striker. You know what I mean? Like, this is the stuff that I say to United fans is like, we get too excited. We get too gassed, with things. And it's like, calm back down, so. But I think so far I think everything is in our favor right now to go far in the Europa League and also secure top 4 in the Premier League.
Yeah. Again, I think we have the best route to Champions League. Out of the possible ones that we had to be honest, City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Bayern being drawn all on the same side, it was always going to be the best way to get there. To meet Bayern or City next. But I don't. If City makes it through, I don't think we're gonna go through. But so let's see. I think Ancelotti's career ending is going to be decided in April.
Do you think he might retire after this campaign?
Yeah, if Real Madrid sacks him, I think he's going to retire. Yeah, at least from club football.
Yeah, I could definitely see him coaching like because honestly, he should coach Brazil.
Yeah, there's been rumors about that, but we'll see.
Because I was going to say Portugal, but what's his name? Martinez is the new coach of Portugal.
Who is?
What's his name?
Roberto Martinez, like Belgian old coach.
Yeah, he's Portugal's new coach after the World Cup. I think I'm right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was an announcement that happened. It made no sense to me. I'm like, how do you rehire somebody that just gave up on Belgium's golden generation, right? And yeah, maybe I don't know who's going to be coaching Belgium. Is it going to be TT?
Let's see this.
Be coaching Belgium now.
I
think Thierry Henry should just stick to punditry, man, because that guy, amazing footballer, the funniest pundit there is out there. But man, his coaching so far has not panned out. But it's going to be interesting to see. But
yeah, man, I don't know Belgium. I think Belgium is going to go through. They're going to go through their own little dip now. I think Hazard said he's thinking about retirement. I think he should.
Yeah,
he needs to let like the Trossards have their go. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But I could care less. We said it. If Belgium doesn't win this time, the golden generation is done. So let's see what happens going forward.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Obviously, it's the international break right now, so unfortunately, but you know what it is. Sometimes it gives the players a mental break from club football because, like club football, there's a lot of drama, man. It's it's the one time that players can actually go back to their nations and the fans are not on their backs constantly, right? So, I guess it's a well-deserved break for the players, and I guess over the course of a week to 2 weeks, we'll definitely be covering the Champions League draw. I think that's the biggest thing, and we could even talk about the World Cup format, the new format for 2026.
For sure.
So there's lots to talk about, and also Yves still needs to give his. I guess now he'll be more confident to give his verdict on Barcelona.
we still got to talk about Barca-gate. We got to talk about
Barca-gate. Yeah, that too.
We got, women's club football as well. Barcelona is doing what they've been doing. So we'll see if there's.
We could even see if we could do a watch along because I know international women's football kicks like a couple of games this week, I think, or next week. But we can definitely
the Champions League was happening. They just played Valencia, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens with the international break. I mean, Canada's playing. We're playing. So there's gonna be lots to talk about. Lots to talk about when it comes to football over the next 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, definitely been fun. Really appreciate everyone that tuned in.
It was fun until like the 75th minute for me.
Sorry?
It was fun up until the 75th minute.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. Once all the subs started coming in and all that, it just like the game just changed on its head. But yeah, definitely been fun. I really appreciate those of you that liked the show. Please continue to tune in. The Watch Along is a new addition to the Treble Talk podcast that we're going to be doing. So definitely, obviously, we don't have a set time yet on when we'll be doing the watch alongs. We're just going based on the games that we're all available for. So,
big games for sure.
Sorry,
I said, but the big games for sure.
For sure, exactly. Definitely the big games. Yeah. So definitely been fun, guys. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and till next time, take care.
Peace.